To live in places where you're not always respected, where you feel like the local attitude can be top down, can't truly express yourself. There are places like that in America. And I think the place that's most like that is Boston. And I say this with love in a way because I've been here 46 years. There's a lot of beauty in Boston. And I've learned a lot. It's strengthened me. It's forged a lot. And there comes a time in my life, level of maturity where I say, Boston, grow up. It's time to take another step upward. And America, Boston and America. I say Boston because in some way Boston's like the leading edge in a way of America. It used to be called the hub of the universe, and it's whatever qualities America has, toughness, zealousness, Boston has the most of those in some ways. So I say it with love, but Boston to me, I'm getting at gentle genius, fairness, revolution, the essence of my work, the new psychology, that the psychology, if you will, in Boston can be selfish. It can be very me first and overzealous. People want to fight, and the way they fight is this very go for your throat thing, which again can toughen you at times, but as a commonplace way to operate, notice that all the time, it gets a bit much. And I think a lot of the culture also too exists on this kind of sense of who you know. I mean, people saw right in the Karen Reed trial, right? The Boston legal landscape. It's a lot of things, people's attitude, or I know this person, my uncle this, my nephew, sister's cousin, somebody will work it out for me, rather than, and my work and advocacy has brought me to the point of principle, fairness. We need and that's what America needs. I'm not just saying Boston, because all across the board, we see politically, socially, legally, people feel their opinion is the greatest thing, rather than the principle. And when I say principle, I'm talking about things like cooperation, true equality, fairness, win-win kind of thing, so that not every contest becomes like a go for your throat kind of thing. And I've experienced one recently. I dealt with the Boston Riggers for a long time, and I have a longer running story in America, about emotional distress and really elevating this toward for the intentional infliction of emotional distress. And I had a localized situation where some folks came at me recently, and it's just like, in order to come after, they have to be so reckless, so irrational, so vengeful in a way. And it's like, this is not the way to discuss. I can lock in, and if I need to, I don't fight many battles these days, but these people came to a place on a significant issue that I had to appropriately push back. And to me, it's just emblematic of the Boston attitude. It's just people go for your throat. They really don't care about facts. It's an arrogance. And so what I'm saying, when I say grow up, I guess I'm talking about psychologically, to realize that, yes, I can have my interests, and this goes to America too, I have my interests, and you have your interests. And I'm going to advocate for mine, and as much as I can, I'm going to respect yours. And when respect's not there on the other side, it gets vengeful, it gets counterproductive, it gets all kinds of things. And that's just like, you hear on talk radio about, it's just like too much self-centeredness. Some of it's good, and it strengthens the teams, but it's also like, at a certain point, you got to expand and have your viewpoint and the room to incorporate others. I mean, I can remember at the Harvard Group, there used to be a map of Boston that, there was Boston, Cambridge, then Belmont, and then everything else was just the West. Everything was egocentric. And so for a time it was good, but the world is changing. And we need principled actions, which is what my gentle genius coaching is about, which is what the fairness revolution, coming soon, the magic of the third way. It's got to be win-win. We've got to be respectful, and this to me goes beyond just strict rules. Like, we don't need a rule. What we need is commonality. We need people acting with intelligence. Surely there's a lot of intelligence in Boston and America. And we're not using that fully. We're more guttural. We got to fight. A fight means you present your view, you go back and forth. I can fight with anyone. It's better to create win-win situations. So That's my message to Boston. Grow up and America. Grow up. Let's put principle there. Let's not have hardship. Let's not believe that our opinion is greater than principle. Opinion should relate to principle. So when we formulate views and we're bringing forth things. In the walk 30 years, my theme of the day, with some love, is Boston grow up. There's a selfishness and there's a lot of beauty. Look at me, I'm in a place 7 miles from Boston. And there's a need to grow up, to think beyond ourselves. That's when I talk about the magic of the third way. Our success and
magic
others.
Of the third way.
Not just
Integrity,
ours.
accuracy,
Boston is just a little nitty gritty. We'll see how it all plays out. Whether they'll respond to my messages. I'll distance myself some. We'll see how be a free agent. Will Boston embrace the gentle genius of what I offer, the third way, magic? But it exists on its own for right now. Thank you.